Let's go!
Yeah! Alright, welcome sa ating video. Ngayon, pag-aaralan natin kung paano ba mag-square ng binomial at paano ba i-factor ang perfect square trinomial. Pero bago yon, ituturo ko muna sa inyo kung paano ba ginagawa yung pag-square ng numbers at kung paano ba kinukuha yung square root. Halimbawa, ang given natin ay 4 square. Ano ba yung 4 square? Yung 4 square ay 4 times 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. Therefore, ang 4 square ay 16. Then next, ano naman ang 7 square? Pag sinabing 7 square, 7 times 7. So 7 times 7 is 49. Okay? Gets? So paano naman po yung square root, sir? So ang square root po, halimbawa, ang given natin ay 25. Ang given natin 25. So square root of 25 is 5. Paano nangyari yun? Kasi 5 times 5 is 25. That's why, ang square root ng 25 ay 5. Isa pa, ano pa ba? Square root ng 36. Paano naman pag square root ng 36? Square root of 36 is 6. Kasi 6 times 6 is 36. Sir, paano naman kapag variables? Ano ba yung variable? Variables are letters that represents a number. Halimbawa, ang given natin ay x raised to 10. Okay? Ang square root ng x raised to 10 is x raised to 5. Paano ginagawa? Ang gagawin nyo lang, yung exponent po, i-divide nyo lang sa 2. After nyo i-divide sa 2, yun na po yung sagot. So, halimbawa, square root of x raised to 8. 8 divide 2 is 4. So, x raised to 4. Ganun lang kadali. Dinidivide lang natin sila sa dalawa. So, that's it. Nakapag-review na tayo. Saglit ka pa lang nandito. Ang dami mo nang natutunan. Paano pa kaya kapag nagtagal ka pa? By the way, I am Teacher Marky, and this is Mark Tutorial. Alright, good morning. Our topic for today is about squaring a binomial and factoring perfect square trinomial. But first, what is a binomial? A binomial is a polynomial with two terms. And here's the formula. The quantity a plus b squared equals a square plus 2ab plus b square. How do we get this? First, square the first term, square the last term, then get the product of the first and last term. So we have a times b and multiply it by 2. And here's an example. The quantity x plus 3 squared. So first, square the first term, square the last term. So 3 times 3 is 9. Then get the product of the two terms. X times 3 is 3x. Then multiply it by 2. So we have 6x. Then copy the operation of the second term. So we have plus. The first and last term are always be positive. Number 2, we have the quantity x minus 4 squared. Square of the first term. So x squared. Then 4 times 4 is 16. Then get the product of the two terms. We have x times 4 is 4x. Then multiply it by 2. We have 8x. Then copy the sign or the operation of the second term. So we have subtraction or minus. Next, square the first term, square the last term. So 4 times 4, 16. Then x times x, x squared. Next, 1 times 1, 1. Then the product of 4x and 1 is 4x. Times 2, we have 8x. Again, the first and last term will always be positive. Then now, to find the sign of the middle term, copy the sign or the operation of the second term. We have here minus. And that's it. That is squaring a binomial. Okay, now let's proceed to factoring perfect square trinomial. When we say trinomial, it is a polynomial with 3 terms. And here's the examples. All of these examples are trinomials. But how can we know if it is a perfect square trinomial? First, get the square root of the first term, square root of the last term, and get the product of the two terms. We have 6x. Then times 2, we have 12x. So we can say this trinomial is a perfect square trinomial. Again, get the square root of the first term, this x, because x times x is x squared. Then square root of 36 is 6, because 6 times 6 is 36. Then copy the sign of the middle term. We have positive. That's why we use the operation addition. Then square it. And that's it. Next, square root of the first term, square root of the last term is 1, because 1 times 1 is 1. Then product of the 2, x times 1 is x, times 2, 2x. So x, 1, then copy the sign of the middle term, then square it. That's it. Next one. So x squared is x, 100. It is 10, because 10 times 10 is 100. So x and 10. Then copy the sign of the middle term. We have here, what? Addition. Next, we have x squared plus 10x plus 25. X squared and 25 is a perfect square, so we can write it down. So x and 5, because 5 times 5 is 25. Then product of 5 and x is 5x, then times 2, 10x. So copy the sign of the middle term. We have that. Next, so x squared minus 6x plus 9. So x, so 3 times 3 is 3 times 3 is 9. Then product of the 2 is 3x times 2, negative 6x. We have x and 3 minus, so x minus 3, then square. Again, x, 8, then get the product of the 2, we have 8x times 2, 16x. So this trinomial is a perfect square trinomial. So we can use this, x, 8, then copy the sign of the middle term, then square. And that's it. Here in number 7, 12x squared plus 36x plus 27. 12 and 27 is not a perfect square. But 12, 36, and 27 is divisible to... so 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 6 is 9. 2 plus 7 is 9. And all of these are divisible by 3. And therefore, 12, 36, and 27 is also divisible by 3. So we can factor out 3. So 12 divide 3 is 4. Then suffix the variables. Next, 36 divide 3, we have 12. Then x. 27 divide 3 is 9. And that's it. 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. 4x squared is a perfect square. 9 is a perfect square. Then 12. The square root of 4x squared is 2x. Square root of the last term is 3. Then get the product of the 2. We have 6x times 2 is 12x. So this is a perfect square trinomial. So we can do this again. So we have 2x. Square root of the last term is 3, because 3 times 3 is 9. Then copy the sign or the operation of the middle term. We have addition. Then square. And that's it. Last number, we have x squared y minus 10x y plus 25y. We can clearly see that they have a common factor, which is y. So we can factor out y. Y times x squared minus 10x plus 25. 25 and x squared is a perfect square. Square root of x squared is x. 25 is 5. 5 times x is 5x. Then times 2 is 10x. So this is a perfect square trinomial. So we have y times the quantity, square root of the first term, x, square root of the last term, 5. Copy the sign of the middle term. So we have this. And that's it. Thank you! Huwag kalimutang mag-like and subscribe sa ating YouTube channel. Ring mo na rin yung notification bell para lagi kang updated sa mga tutorials natin dito para mas lalo ka pang matuto sa mathematics. At lagi mong tatandaan, lahat kaya mong matutunan dahil puso lang ang mahirap turuan.